stuff like that, just to help me understand who's here and, I think how long you've been working with us. So I just turned on the recording software. I am going to put this on our mastermind group. And this is Vince with Listings to Leads. And we're going to be talking today about how to get started with Listings to Leads and what to do first. So before I was just turning on this recording, I asked everybody to sort of jump in on the GoToMeeting panel and just say, hey, tell me how long you've been with us. What was it that brought you to us? Was it a particular tool? Did you see us somewhere? Was somebody talking about us? There are a lot of coaches out there, a lot of trainers that are excited about what we do. And so I just like to kind of understand who's here and what are your interests, right? So let's look at that real quick. Yeah, 1.5 years. Awesome. 4 hours, Jared James from a colleague. Yeah, Jared's a great guy. We know his trainers, and we've been to a couple of their events. So everybody, thanks. If you want to give us some feedback there, that'll just help me understand. Not sure. Couple of years, broker, Stephanie. Okay. Stephanie, and for everybody here on the call, Vince, I'm Vince at Listings to Leads, and I'm the one who sets up the offices. So if you have questions about how does this work for an office, definitely reach out to me. So here we are, Listings to Leads. Before I dive into the tools in this setup, I want to kind of let everybody know where the resources are. Where do you go when you're not on a call like this to find out more about us? First of all, every Monday we have a call like this. This is, how to get started, what to do first to set up a Listings to Leads. Every Tuesday we talk about Facebook advertising. And if you're not aware of that, Facebook advertising is super powerful regarding real estate. And we talk about what's changing. We talk really specifically about the kind of tools to use to build your business and to generate leads. And we also talk about the language. And I think the language on how you write ads is actually what makes or breaks your success. A lot of people come to us and sign up for our platform all the time. They grab some tools and they put them out there and they think that's awesome. The ones that really succeed are kind of learning from us about what's the kind of language, what should I do to really make this pop? And that's the difference between 3 leads on a weekend and 30 or some numbers like that. So Facebook is awesome. Also on Thursdays, every Thursday, we do a class on landing pages. And if you're not familiar with landing pages, they are very kind of in a very exciting part of Listings Leads. And they're another big piece of real estate advertising today. I'll give you a view to the landing pages in a little bit. But before we log in, I want to kind of point out what's on this web page. There are some little icons here and you click through here. There's also a big orange button here that says click here to see all tools. And this gives kind of a description of what we actually do. As you can see, we have a listing presentation, but let's kind of focus on the just listed marketing here. And if you don't know much about us at Listings to Leads, let me give you the super high, simple way of thinking of us. We're a toolkit, and we have 2 major hemispheres of what our tools are about. One is, what do we do to market our listings, right? How do we get more buyers and how do we get more referrals with all the automated tools created by Listings to Leads? The other half is we have landing pages. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this, you're going to see our landing page section. It says Facebook Seller Lead Domination Landing Pages. And if you're not aware of what a landing page is, I'm going to click on one right here. A landing page is a 1 or 2, 3 page website. And it is designed to get contact information from your target market. In return, you're going to give them some sort of information. In this case, it's some incentives on condos, right? But a lot of people, and probably one of the most important landing pages, is the property valuation landing page. How do I get my home value, right? 43 homes sold in February in my area. This is going to affect you. How do you get, how does somebody get their home value? And you can put this in front of people. And that's really the purpose of how to put it in front of people is discussed on Tuesdays. How to create this page and many of the other landing pages is discussed on Thursday. But this one obviously is designed to get homeowners. who will kind of interact with that page and go through that, right? And you can see we've got here, landing pages for FSBOs, things like that. So really there's two major sections. Landing pages, which is great for getting listings, and then our automated tools, which is great for getting buyers and referrals, all right? So to point out at a high level what those look like, we can look at the just listed column here, and you'll see there's a virtual tour. And I won't click into them all. I'll show them to you in a minute. Single property website. We have a Facebook ad at the just listed status. We have a Facebook post for your post, also for your sellers. So their sellers can we automatically create these tools for you to send to your clients, and they can share it. And when they share it, it's actually talking about you, the realtor. And this really points to what we're trying to do, which is get referrals. We want people to know you are a realtor, right? And there's an email with a similar strategy talking about you. Dear friends, we're working with you, the agent. This is one of the many tools we create. So we've got tools for eFlyer database, print flyers, Instagram, and Craigslist, right? And as you can see, we do it in different stages. So we want to market it coming soon. We want to market when it's just listed, open house, pending, and definitely we want to market just sold, okay? So one big differentiator, I think that's one thing, is we can see that we're marketing homes at multiple times. I think for many realtors, they put it in the MLS and then they just sort of hang out and do whatever they're doing and then look for buyers to bring people to them. And that's fantastic, that's great. But that's not what we do. We really focus on how to get more people to us since we have a listing. We want to create a database of buyers, right? So here on the single property website is a really good example of how we do that, right? Now, this single property website has a video involved, and you can embed video in this. It's just listed, but we have over here on the side a series of links. You can see an automated lead capture form pop up when somebody fills this out. That lead is, of course, emailed to you, right? And then over here on Search All Homes and Granite Bay, well, these are what we call lead generation links. And so there's always this situation where somebody is looking at your home, either an email, maybe they're looking at it online, they're looking at it on Zillow, or wherever they're looking at it, they may not necessarily want that specific home. So we have what we call lead generation links on the side, which speak to the area. This home is for sale in Granite Bay, so here's a Granite Bay home hot list. Granite Bay homes with pools, new construction, no HOA. And these are all the things that people are thinking about when they're looking at homes in Granite Bay. So you can tailor these at the listing level to really benefit your business. And that's really an important distinction with listings to leads, right? And so that's what our single property websites look like. When we look at just sold single property websites, well, the single property website, the lead capture form changes. And again, there is a different call to action when a home is coming soon. There's certainly something different call to action when a property is open house. But when just sold is happening, the lead capture form that pops up automatically, you're going to see pop up here, is actually for homeowners, because many people who look at just sold advertising are thinking about what's selling in the market. I'm owning a home. So right here, there's a lead capture form that's talking about get your home value here. So all of these are many of the tools, and there are many tools inside the system. They're designed to capture leads at multiple times. So as a reminder, there's a little orange button here. You can click this and you can see these tools at kind of a overall. But for those of you that are not clients, you can create a trial right here, and you'll get access to all the tools I'm about to show you. After you've created that trial, hit the login button at the top right and log into your account. And then we're going to log into mine real quick. And again, kind of on the resource side, there's a pop-up page right here in front. We've got a pretty cool video tutorial with Neil Wolf talking about Facebook advertising, but also something very unique that he's doing with Craigslist that generates currently 50 leads every week, which is free to advertise on Craigslist. In the beginning, when he first started, it was 50 a day, and now he's been working that area in his market for a while. So he's getting fewer leads, but boy, that's a pretty interesting call. And then here you can register for our training classes, okay? If you click to the left or right of that, you'll be on our homepage inside the account. And this page right here, Get Started and Automated, will really walk you through. I'm going to kind of blow through pretty quickly on the profile page, but this is helping you understand how to set up the account, which is really the point of this call today. How do you set up your profile? How do you set up the lead link? So we're going to look at that. There's also Facebook advertising. A lot of people are coming to us because of what we know about Facebook advertising. And if you don't know much about it, getting on this page is really helpful. There's a number 2 here, shows you how to run an ad on Facebook. One of the most popular tools is property valuation landing pages. So that's all right there as soon as you log in right here on top left. Open house lead generation, we've got a handful of tools when you have an open house. Obviously, they're designed to capture leads, and you just have to save the date. So if you want to learn about it, it's there. There's a listing presentation, which you can download at the bottom of this page. Really helpful, and a lot of people, it's just very advantageous to use it, because when you see in a moment here all the tools we have, you're going to see that it's hard to compete against that. Then, of course, there are online tutorials, and then there's this button here that says click to join the mastermind group. And I highly recommend that all of you join our mastermind group and that you spend a few minutes every week there. You'll see here we've got a post from Natalie Morris here, and she's talking about using one of our tools, and you can kind of, I don't know if you can see it, but it says 9 seller leads in 15 hours. First 3 within 20 minutes of my ad being published. This dialogue, if you can see it kind of in gray, has 25 comments and questions by our other clients, including Natalie just posting the actual ads so that you can learn how to write an ad and what the ad should look like. And this happens, I'd say, in our mastermind group at least twice a week, sometimes more, where people are just saying, this is what my tools, this is what I'm using it and doing with it, and they're just sharing our ideas. And we have an awesome mastermind group for that. And so I recommend that you all get in it. So as I said, there's 2 major sections of our system. One is listings over here on the top left. The other is landing pages. But we're going to go to the profile, because I want you to understand, you do want to set up a couple things. I want you to understand what's here when you get started. Obviously, you're going to have your picture up there. Me, that's my name, Vincent Meza. If you've got a team name, you can put it here and check the box, and we'll replace your agent name with the team name. You can change your password here. And then this section here, contact information, it's kind of obvious, but maybe it's not, and I want to point it out. There's a place for your primary email, and then it says send leads to and send tools to. And I'm going to show you the tools in a minute that get automatically sent to you. The instructions are there, but that's what these 2 boxes do. In the alternate email section here, you might have a CRM. You might be using something like, I don't know, Lion Desk, Realty Juggler, Follow Up Boss, and many other. You can put your email for that CRM right there and check the box. Conversion, the list goes on. And then if you have Zillow reviews, you definitely want to check this box, because we have a couple of really cool tools to help you get those Zillow reviews right up on tools to help you capture leads. There's a legal description if you have some sticky MLS rules. When you sign up, our support team will put the basics together. They'll go look at your current website, and they'll kind of configure, they'll use these themes to kind of match that. But if you want to change that, you can certainly do that yourself. Down here, I like to have the tools automatically go to me, and here you can connect to your YouTube channel. We auto upload to YouTube every listing you have in the account. So that will be like a virtual tour, right? And we put it on our channel, which is searchallproperties.com. But if you have your own, you can click that button, connect to your YouTube channel, and then we'll auto check that box there, and we'll auto upload to you. In terms of CRM, we also have some unique configurations for Wise Agent, Boomtown, and Top Producer. So if you're using those, you can connect it there. And then you can add your social media here and stuff like that. So I see a question here. Let's see. Are you posting this in group? Yes. Is there a issue with GoToMeeting today? Are you guys seeing that? I am going to record this, and I am going to put it on our mastermind group today. So that's the setup. If you can let me know, everybody, that you can hear me or see me, that would be helpful. Yeah. Okay, you're welcome, Barb. So let's see here. I can hear and see. Thanks, David. Okay. Everybody's good. So we will keep going. So let's go over to the listing section. And if you're not aware, we are a partner with ListHub, and ListHub sends most of our clients' listings to us automatically. And so there's this dashboard here of what all the tools that are created, and most of them are emailed directly to you or just loaded up on the internet automatically. So very quickly, you can click Edit Listing here. You can change things like photos or description, stuff like that. You can add lead generation links here, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You can set your open house date time here, and then we'll email you automatically a stack of tools. We have the single property website, the virtual tour, and we email those to you immediately. And then over here, we have our e-flyers and our Facebook ads over here, okay? And these are tools that are meant for you to use sort of for free, not with paid advertising. And then we have a listing landing page, and every listing gets its own unique landing page, which looks pretty cool, and we designed that specifically for Facebook. And if any of you are bloggers, there's a button here that says, you know, that you can copy and paste tools over to your blog. And then here we've got a tool to help you get to Craigslist. So let's look at a single property website, and let's talk about kind of the components and what you really want to be thinking of. When you sign up, our support team is going to go out and grab your logo, and that's my logo there, right? The property always has lead capture popping up automatically. The status you can control, it's just listed right now. And then underneath here, you'll see your photograph and your phone number, and you should really, this will show up automatically in your mailbox. And the number one thing you should do is click this share button and share it to your social media. In this case, share it to Facebook. Okay, and write a message, right? Put something, it's social, so, you know, put something social here. Just don't push a link. You want people to stop and read it. And so you've also got the ability here to post to LinkedIn, which is a great place for capturing leads. Twitter, not so much, but you might want to put it there anyway, just to be social media savvy and be able to present that. Google Plus, again, it's easy to get there. Not a lot of lead gen there, but you might want to do it so that you can just speak to that. We are hearing good things about LinkedIn, and so if you have a network of professionals on LinkedIn, definitely recommend you're sharing these tools out there. A lot of, you know, we've had clients say they're getting listings from LinkedIn, they're getting certainly buyers, and you built that network. Those are all professional folks. So it's wise to sort of share there. And when you get this in your email, just open it up and share over there. The one thing, though, that you definitely want to be thinking of are these links, okay? Lead generation links. If a home is in Granite Bay, you should definitely have Granite Bay homes for sale. There might be a price point in Granite Bay. Granite Bay homes from 500 to 700. Granite Bay homes from 300 to 500. You can make these links here and point them to your own website, okay? So that's kind of an important piece, because if people don't want to buy your particular home, which is the majority of people, then you give them some options to go there. So the first thing you should do when you get your listing, I think, is to come in and click the lead generation link button. It says lead gen links here. There's a green button with chain links, and you can select any of the links that are in your link section. So you just click save, and then this will bring you to a place where you can kind of change the order of the links, save and close, and those will then be on the side of your ads, right, and the side of your tool. So let's see here if I click the right one. I'm not quite sure if I did, because I'm clicking around a lot. Yeah, so I saved those links right here, and that's really the whole point of it, is you can control the links at that level. Worth knowing too, the place to create the links is lead links and logo. So if you're somebody that has a website, let's just start with the cream of the crop kind of thing. Boomtown. Now I know Boomtown is expensive, but I will tell you, a lot of people who land on a Boomtown site register on the site. So if you've got something like that, or Market Leader, or Real Estate Pro Systems, or Tiger, or Real Geeks, those are great sites that can convert traffic to a lead. All right, and you can see here I've got Cape Marco homes for sale. This is pointing to my Cape Marco section on my website, and then the section says Marco Island, and that means if the home is in Marco Island, give it this link. That's what this is doing. All right, here's Marco Island homes from 3 to 500. So maybe I don't want to use that all the time, so I'm just going to create the link, and then I can click the green button over on the listing side to kind of make that work. So if you've got a good site and you want traffic on your site, focus on section 1 here. Section 2 is not really something that I recommend, but I'm going to scroll down and show it to you. These are landing pages on particular areas. So this says Centerville. So if we see the link, this is a landing page that says, hey, if you want to see homes in Centerville, fill this out. If you don't have a website at all, then you can use this. It's not the most effective way to get buyers, because buyers know if I want to look for properties, I can just go to the internet and type in Centerville homes for sale and go look for free all day long. Landing pages, however, can be really effective in section 3 when they're kind of dealing with distressed or home values. So foreclosures and short sales for sale, foreclosed homes for sale, free home values. Well, free home values, this always kind of works. So you might want that to be on your listings, right? On all of your listings. If you want it to be on all, just check this box right here, and this makes it a default for all your listings. So lead gen links are an important piece as you get started, right? As you're set it up one time, especially if you've got a good website. Now, once you've done that, you've got a bunch of tools that come out automatically. So let me click the eFlyer button here and show you the first tool that comes out. It's called the Seller Engagement Email. And we can click here to view it. You can also click here to send it to yourself. But when you open the Seller Engagement Email, it basically has your banner on top, a few images of the home, and it says, hey, we're marketing this home. We just started marketing your home, and notice the big graphics. We're set up for the internet, we're set up for mobile, for email, for Facebook, we're targeting, we got WordPress, we got Google, we got Craigslist, and then there's your picture and there's your logo. This is a graphical long email. It shows up automatically as soon as your listing gets in the account. And the instructions on top of it are send these tools to your clients, right? Because we want them to be impressed. On top of that also comes a single property website. We've been looking at the single property website a couple times, but this is what it looks like. So there's a hyperlink. I don't know if you can see this link at the top here. That will be above the email. It'll be embedded in the email. So you can open it, you can share it, like I showed you earlier, to social media, and you can also forward it so that they can see what some of the tools look like. Also at the same time, sorry, I just clicked the same button. It's not gonna help. Let me close some of these things. On the same email, the branded virtual tour shows up. We make unbranded and branded. If I click on branded, this shows up in the same email. All right, and again, it's got your lead generation links. You should put this on Zillow and Trulia minimum, right? If depending on what company you're with. If you're with Keller Williams, you should put it on KWLS. If you're with any of the Realogy brands like Century 21, Coldwell Banker, you should put that in Crest, and they'll syndicate it for you. But for everybody else, put it on Zillow and Trulia. When people are looking at your listing there, well, they're going to see our virtual tour. If they're interested, they'll click on it, and then there are all these links driving back to you. So maybe you can get the lead for yourself instead of having Zillow sell it to 3 other people and you. Then you get the listing landing page. So all these tools that I'm showing you, that I just showed you just now, they all show up automatically in one email. Just follow the instructions in the email, share them on your social media, give them to your clients, etc., etc. And then YouTube, we auto upload to YouTube automatically, and we auto post to WordPress automatically for you. We do this primarily for SEO, so that when your clients are looking for it, it gives you some better visibility. And that's kind of it. So the one thing I want to point out is if you click the edit listing button here, the blue button with a wrench and a screwdriver, well, you can obviously change things like price, and you can, kind of put your property description if you want to change something there. But the one important thing that you don't want to forget is you can change the status. This is just listed. You might want to market it as under contract. Definitely you want to market it as sold. And of course you want to market it when it's open house and things like that. And the reason for just sold marketing, I kind of showed you at the beginning of the call, is that just sold marketing it's really designed for seller lead capture. Okay, so let's look at the just sold Facebook ad. Okay, now these tools, as you can see, this is our just sold flyers, or this is our Facebook flyers. There's a Facebook ad for just listed, for the single property website, virtual tour, open house, pending, and just sold. So let's look at that. And I want to really point this out because a lot of these tools start getting emailed to you automatically. And a lot of realtors just want to ignore it. It's just like, oh, I got to read something. I have to do something. I just don't feel like doing it. These tools generate leads, but they really only generate leads if you use them. It's kind of like a hammer, right? A hammer is an awesome tool, but if the hammer is sitting on your desk or on your table and you don't pick it up and use it, it's really not going to be effective. This hammer, though, is a really effective one, and I want to show you how it works. You will receive an email when a home is just sold. It's going to look like this, and it's really boring, and maybe you don't understand it. So that's why I want to talk through this. What you want is you want to get this to your client, the homeowner, and you want the homeowner to copy what is between the two red lines. And I'll read it to you in a second, but this is what you want them to do. Then you want them to go to their Facebook page, all right? And when they do that, what happened? You want them to copy and paste. Hey, what's that? That's not what I want. That's somebody's name. Sorry, let me redo that. Want to go to just sold. We want to copy this. Oh, really? Sorry, guys. Got to copy it again. Copy. Go back to Facebook. You want your client to go to their wall and paste. And here's why. This is automatically created. We automatically create this from just listed to open house to virtual tour, single property website, under contract. And what it's saying right here, this is a pre-written testimonial for Facebook. Okay? It's free. It's sent to you. Get it to your client. And you can see that it's saying, hey, we just sold our home and Vincent is great. And here's his phone number and email address, right? A pre-written testimonial sent to you. What happens when we click on this? It looks great right on Facebook, but if somebody clicks on it, well, it brings them right to the single property website, right? What happens then in 3 seconds? Well, there's a property valuation. So it's really designed to get you more listings. And of course, it's designed for Facebook because if you've got clients on Facebook, they've probably got a couple hundred people that are friends, their family, their friends, their colleagues that they work with, maybe their parents of kids in the neighborhood that their kids go to school with. Where do you think you're hoping to get your referrals from? Those exact people, all right? And that's what this is designed for. So use it. The tools are automatically created. Take the tool. We give you an e-flyer at the same time as a Facebook ad. Push it out to your clients and call them for 5 seconds. Say, I just sent you a nice e-flyer Facebook ad. If you could put that out, awesome. As I mentioned, there are tools at every status from just listed to open house. So what we're really trying to do from a referral standpoint is to get your name and your company name in front of your clients, friends, and family and sphere of influence multiple times, not just one time. I don't know what you do for referrals, right? Do you leave a stack of business cards? Do you leave a really pretty knife for referrals? We don't do any of that. We get your name in front of your clients, friends, and family and colleagues multiple times. Social media is a place where everybody communicates. So you should really take advantage of these tools, okay? Let's see here. I got some questions. This is a good time. I want to make sure on the flow, are you pulling photos from the MLS and creating virtual tour stitch photos? If you have virtual to create professionally, will L2L pick those up? Good question, Barb. We are picking those photos up, and we are stitching them together to make like a pan and zoom slideshow. if you have a nicer virtual tour, you can actually click the virtual tour button here, and there's a section that says import property video. And you can paste in, if it's on YouTube, you can paste it in. If there's any kind of embed code, you could put it there. And that's really, that's the whole point of that. We make that available for you, okay? If it's on YouTube, that's the easiest way. Yeah, you're welcome, Barb. So if you go back to the listing section, that's what happens. These tools, the single property website, virtual tour, they all get emailed to you automatically. The flyers go to you automatically. Just sold, those often don't get triggered automatically. So you want to be sure that you're using this section right here, edit listing, to take advantage of those statuses, especially because just sold has, seller lead gen built right into it. There are a couple of other tools on this section that I want to point out that not everybody sees, but people really love when they find, okay? First of all, if you're not if you're in an MLS that doesn't work with List Hub, you're not going to get your listings pulled in automatically. But there's a button up here that says Grab Active Listing. And if you drop in your zip code on the property and the MLS listing ID, we'll pull in everything from Trulia with all the photos and everything. So it'll just save you some time there. Otherwise, there is a button where you can create it manually. And you may want to do that if you got pocket listings or something that's not even in the MLS, okay? But right here is a combined open house email. If you're an office, this would pull up all of the open houses in your office at any particular time. And then this button here, it says listing website and widgets, are two very cool tools right here. One is the listing website, and you can click the hyperlink, and this is going to have all of your properties. And it also has all of your key lead gen links. So if you're really interested to get certain links in front of people, you'll put that there. This over here is for property valuation, so this helps you get more listings. And every one of your listings is on this page with a single property website. So when somebody clicks on that, it opens up a single property website. This, of course, has multiple ways of capturing leads for you. So this tool here has your Zillow reviews, has all of your listings, has lead capture all over. So a lot of people like to use this in many different ways. And you can certainly do that, using it in any way you want. On this same page, under listing website and widgets, is a link that says client reviews, Mesa clients and client reviews. This showcases your Zillow reviews right up front, right in the center column, right? It's got your banner, it's got your lead gen links, your listings are on the side, and then it's got all your reviews. If you get a review, you should definitely get this and copy it. And you can just go up to, what do you call it, to Facebook and tag your client, right? And just say, hey, Scott, let's see if it'll pick him up. Thanks for the review. So I'm just going to put Scott because it doesn't seem to be picking it up. Thanks for the review. So, and you should do this every time you get a review. And let's see, there's going to be my link, and I'm going to tag my friend. I guess I got to search for my friend, Scott. Oh, here's Scott. And post. Because what this does here is this shows up on Scott's wall. And all of Scott's friends and family see that, oh, I got another awesome review, right? And you can then click, their friends and family can click this, and what do they see? They see this page designed to really showcase you. So these tools are really useful. You definitely, want to use them, obviously if you have reviews on Zillow, right? So let's go back and let me kind of take a breath here. These are the tools that are automatically created for you by Listings to Leads. They are emailed to you, and if you just follow the steps, they're going to help you build your brand and help you get referrals and help you get buyer leads, right? And seller leads too, if you're using our property valuation links. Right here, you can see up top, you can watch some tutorials You can also click to register for classes like this. One thing that a lot of people don't know is if you see something up here in this blue line where it says open house and it's underlined, you can actually click it and there's a tutorial on open house marketing and lead generation right then. So there's a lot of tutorials kind of hidden around the system. I see some questions here. This is a good time for questions on this section because I'm about to wrap up here and I'm going to go to the landing page section. At Scott. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that makes sense. That work too. So these are the tools automatically created. If we go up to the top, there's a section on landing pages. Actually, before there, I'm going to go to a couple of other things. There's a section here called email and blog. All right. And for those of you who blog, and there are not many bloggers, I definitely recommend that you take whatever you're writing, and you're writing for keywords, obviously, and you take it and you put it in this box here and you save it. And then you copy for blog. There's a red button that says copy for blog. And the reason being is that it's going to insert this little signature bar under your blog post. For the few agents that do blog, most of them don't have any call to actions. There is no lead capture. It's awesome for SEO. And maybe you put your picture and phone number on there and said, hey, if you have questions, call me. And I don't know if you figured this out, but people really don't want to call realtors that often. That's just not a real fun thing to do, I guess. So our signature bar that goes at the bottom of the blog, it has all these things built in, like get your home value here, see other Kate Marco homes, search all homes, what is your home worth, my reviews, right? These are all dynamic active links, and they're designed to drive people to the places that you want to drive people to, right? So that goes at the bottom of blogs, but this can also, I don't know if you saw this little red button that says copy for email. You can embed this signature bar into your signature on your email. If you're using Outlook or Gmail or Yahoo or AOL, you can just embed that so that every time you send out an email, you've got the opportunities of getting more business. So that's inside the tab that says email and blog, okay? So I see a question here. Yeah, that signature block is really nice. People really love it. And obviously you can tailor this to suit your business needs. Maybe you've got something for first-time home buyers, or you have some unique program that you're promoting and you want people to know about it. You just build that in, okay? And then over here is the video center. And somebody did have a question about video, which is like you got a professional virtual tour, right? And I showed you can import that at the listing level. But this section is if you've got video. A lot of realtors come to us, and over the years they invest in video, nice area videos. Maybe they have a nice testimonials. This is where you use those, right? And this is a little convoluted, this page, so you got to kind of follow here. Over here on the left says create tab content. And you can click that button first, and you could create tab name like, work with me, or in this case, just testimonial, right? And you don't have to write any text. Right here, you can import it. If you have the video, you can just import it. So I'm going to go over to YouTube, and we'll just get some rock and roll video or whatever pops up there, right? Yeah. What do we got here? Here's a cool thing to buy on Amazon. This is not the kind of video you want to use, but I just want to show you. At the top of every YouTube video is a link, okay? You copy that link and you go to this section that says import YouTube video and you paste it here. Now, if this is a testimonial video that you wanted every one of your clients to see and all your tools, you just check this box here and it embeds the tab called testimonial because you named it that, and it pops in that YouTube video on every one of your listings. Now, you could get fancy and say, oh, I want to call this. Like right now, I'm living in Philadelphia, okay? And there's a really cool neighborhood. I live in a really nice neighborhood called Fairmont. And, or let's just keep it Philadelphia, right? I could say, call this Live in Philadelphia, right? And I can embed a video of all the cool neighborhoods on YouTube in Philadelphia. And I can say, I don't want it to go on all these properties because some of my properties are in Allentown and some are in Reading. So down here, if I have something and if I have a listing in Philadelphia, I can actually click it. Now I don't have a listing in Philadelphia, so it doesn't quite make any sense. But Philadelphia should show up here. You can see Granite Bay. I could do this for Granite Bay and say that's my Granite Bay video. And what it does is it gives that property area like Granite Bay or Philadelphia, and it only applies it on the listings that are in that town. So that's a very cool thing to do, and you can save it and it automatically does it going forward. You could also check this box that says, like if it's testimonial, I want all new listings to automatically get my testimonial. Okay, so that's the video center. It's pretty cool, definitely there. Up here, that's worth noting, we have text IVR. And it's pretty inexpensive. When here I have it, but for you, if you don't have it, you can sign up for $10 a month. And what you get is codes. You get like unique 5-digit codes that you can use with an 800 number. Here's our 888 number that everybody uses. And up top, you could text it to this as well. This is great. A lot of our clients use this on SignWriters. A lot of them use it on Facebook ads, and some even use it on Craigslist to get people to just punch in right there. So I definitely recommend that. It's also super inexpensive. It's $10 a month. I think the next closest competitor is $50 a month, and it's very automated. Really works well. And then up here is a page that says contact support. If you have questions about our system, just put your question right here, okay? Everybody, all of our support people watch this. It's like a group message. Over here, there's this little fancy thing that says leave message, and this is a great way to have your stuff get lost. It's the only place where I hear people say, oh, I put something there 2 days ago, I didn't get an answer. So just put it in the center. Everybody watches this. Scott watches this. If you get the wrong answer, he's going to make sure you get the right answer. So let's click here and see what your videos. Can you use a video over and over and name it different titles? No, you can't. You're going to have to name it with different titles over on your YouTube account, but you can't do that inside of our system. Over here is a tab that's called Leads, and guess what? We house your leads there. We keep them there for you, right? You can also export your leads right here, and you can click over here to view details. And that'll give you the detail of the lead so you know where it came from, what page captured it, things like that. So now, all that being said, I'm going to dive into landing pages. And before I talk about landing pages, I want to repeat a couple things. We have a webinar on landing pages every Thursday live. You can sign up on the listing page, okay? If this is the first time to this page, I want you to understand these landing pages are unlimited in your account. So most of you are building a business not in one little town. You know, you're usually building business in multiple towns or multiple areas, right? Again, I mentioned I'm in Philadelphia, but I actually like to focus on Fillmore, not Fillmore, but Fairmont, because Fairmont is an awesome place to build your business. So I might want landing pages for Philadelphia. I might want one for Fillmore. I might want one for Fishtown, because that's a really happening area here in Philadelphia. I might want one for Northern Liberties. And the way you do that is you go right here. So you see it says type in farm sales area. I'm going to type in Northern Liberties, right? So, I mean, the real estate is flying over there, right? So type it in correctly, spell it correctly, capitalize it correctly, because it flows right into all these tools. I'm going to click save. And when I click save, it's going to create a landing page under every one of these buttons. All right. And on the first column, you can see that it says, I don't know if you noticed my page refresh just now. The first column is FSBOs. So FSBOs are great to get in front of. And let's just click on FSBO and see what happened there. Hopefully I have a Northern Liberties page right at the bottom. I do, right? So let's click on that. You can find FSBOs on Craigslist. You can find them on Zillow. You can even buy a list, and there's probably more ways of getting FSBOs. But FSBOs are not the best people at marketing. So this page is really saying, hey, you're selling your home yourself. Let me help you with your marketing. This page, first page, landing page, says what tools would you like? The next page is what's your address? And the last page is great. What's your contact information? FSBOs in the United States typically hand their listing to an agent within 2 months. If you're the one providing free marketing, you probably are developing a relationship and have a higher likelihood of getting that listing. We also have, if we go back to the landing page dashboard, we also create a landing page for expireds. Real estate 101, and expired's coming up. What's going to happen? That poor homeowner is going to get at least 50 to 100 calls from all your competitors, right? And they're probably not in the mood to talk to an agent at that point. But maybe you can get this to them. You can email it to them, and it's got some basic questions on, hey, let me help you sell your home. And then over here, we've got landing pages for growing families, for empty nesters, for free reports. You might have a really nice report for buyers, for sellers, and you want people to get on it. They can fill out a form and they can download that report automatically. And then there's Property Valuation Plus, right? And Property Valuation Plus is one of the landing pages that are designed to capture homeowners. You should really change the background picture, right? I'm not going to dive into it totally, but I am going to point out at the bottom I have a Northern Liberties page, okay? And it's super generic. I don't know if you've been to Northern Liberties, but it does not look like that. It's a very hip kind of place. You know what I mean? This is a very suburban kind of place, and this is the background default picture for all things. You can go, and I'll show you in a second, kind of what to do there. This is my Lafayette page. I actually am from Lafayette, California, and this is the Lafayette Reservoir, okay? And this picture, if you live in Lafayette, this is like a 2.5 mile walk. Everybody walks their dogs. They got their kids in their strollers. It's beautiful. Everybody knows this. And this resonates in my market. And I want to point out another thing that kind of resonates for people, because I set up the offices around the country, and I set up something in Summit, New Jersey, for Coldwell Banker once. And the manager called me, like, after we did a call like this, calls me like, in a month. This event, we're running all kinds of ads now, right? My agents are running ads. They're getting all kinds of leads. But I just had to tell you that the number one landing page that works is this picture right here of Summit Diner. And I want to point this out to you because realtors, like all of us, you have a preconceived notion of what's going to get people to click on my landing page, on my ad on Facebook, right? And you might think it's a really gorgeous luxury home, but you got to think about what you're trying to do on Facebook. And number one, what you're trying to do is get somebody's contact information. And I'm sure you have been on the internet, and when you're prompted to sign up for something with your email address, most of the time you walk away. This is true for real estate advertising, of course, right? And what this picture does is it really takes away the fear for a consumer that you are like signing up for a national spam campaign, right? This tells the consumer, oh, this place has been around for 70 years. It's right on Main Street in Summit. Everybody knows this. We drive on Main Street all the time. This has to be a local person. And I'm pointing it out because it really works well. And I want you to think about, how do I get, what am I going to do that's going to point out to somebody that this is not a national spam campaign. This says Northern Liberties right here, right? So I'm going to show you what Northern Liberties looks like, and I'm going to do this quickly because we do this in length on Tuesday, okay? And also I'm going to show you where you can watch how to do this, my call on Facebook advertising, which we go right through this. So I'm going to kind of blast through it. I'm going to type in Northern Liberties, Philadelphia. Okay. And I'm going to do this quickly. And I'm going to click on tools, and I'm going to say size, and I'm going to say larger than 4MP. I'm going to show you where this all is here, right? And Northern Liberties color, what really looks like that? I'm just trying to see. I've been poking around Northern Liberties a lot lately. Actually, this is a really impressive construction and building, but I'm going to put this one over here because this is a set of This is some new construction, and I know everybody knows it. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like restaurants, and on the right is a restaurant. It's a Mexican restaurant. On the left is some other Spanish restaurant, and there's all these restaurants down here. So there's just so many people that know this area. If you live in Northern Liberties, this is one of the latest developments, and I'm going to choose that one, right? So you kind of want to think, what is it that people, if they know this area, some places like that Summit one, Summit, New Jersey only has 25,000 people in it. There's not a lot of people that live there. So you got to pick something that really resonates. Now I've saved that. My Northern Liberties page looks like this now. I'm on Property Valuation Plus. I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to click on Edit Landing Page. And I am going to click on Upload Background Image. And I'm going to click on this picture here, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and I'm going to click Save and Update. All right. And let's give it a second while it does that. And as soon as I show you what this looks like it's saved now. I can go back to my Northern Liberties page and I can refresh this. And now this is really going to work for me on that hip neighborhood of Northern Liberties, right? Because everybody knows this. So now I can take this, I can put this on Facebook, I can put it on Google pay-per-click. I might even want to put it on a postcard. So let's kind of walk through that. I talked to you in the beginning of the class. I said, hey, you got to come to our mastermind group because so many people share so many ideas. There's a very cool idea. If you click on photos here, and this client now does this all the time. I'm going to show you an example of a tool that he posted with us, and he said, God, I'm taking this. I used to do just listed and just sold postcards, and now I'm putting your picture, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on the back. And now I'm getting a ton of listing leads. A lot of photos in here. Let's find it here. So this came to us from a Keller Williams agent, but you don't have to be a Keller Williams. You can see this is two sides of a postcard. Just listed or just sold on one side. There's your picture, there's your name and your logo and your phone number, call me. But on the back, he's got a picture of his landing page. You can recognize that's that ridiculous default landing page. But maybe that's what it looks like in Orchard. But you can go by yourself, say, northernlibertyhomevalue.com. And when they type that in, they can land right on this page. So now that just listed postcard or just sold is actually going to get you some business, right? It's not just a branding exercise anymore. Capture a lead, all right? The other thing that people want to do with that, and the number one thing, is to put it out on Facebook, right? Now, I'm not going to do that on this call, but I do want to point out one more thing on this call. And then I'm going to open it up for questions, then we're going to wrap it up. As I said, we have a live Facebook call every Tuesday. But if you come to this mastermind group and you click on files, let's click here, you'll see a few things. And the second thing you're going to see is Vinny's cheat sheet. And guess what that is? That's my cheat sheet. And, oh, look at that. Scott put a cool thing up there. Nice. Okay. This has a couple of really important things. This video here covers all the tools that we have. Scott does it. It's really fast. It's helpful. How to market your listings. Remember I told you there's two major halves of listings to leads? This tutorial walks you through how to do all the things I just showed you. How do you get those listings set up? How do you market them? And right here, Facebook seller lead gen. What do you do? How do you get that landing page for Northern Liberties, and how do you customize it? And then more importantly, how do you get it on Facebook? This covers it, everything in detail. So I definitely want all of you to sign up or just get into our mastermind group and get to that page. It's very, very helpful. Let's go here and close this. So guys, that's really my story. That is what you need to think about when you're just getting started with listings leads. Went through a lot of tools. obviously at a high level. It'll take you a little while to get your arms around everything. One more reminder, contact support is right here. If you have questions, put them in right there. Definitely lean on our mastermind group. We got a lot of great interaction going on there. This is a good time for questions, everybody. So I see one that popped up, so let's answer it. Cheat sheet, thank you. Yeah, how to get started. The cheat sheet is it. That is definitely what I recommend. So if you don't know how to get to my cheat sheet, let's walk through it together. Log into your account and you land on this page. Click this button here, which says click to join our mastermind group, right? And when you click join the mastermind group, either Scott or myself or Scott are going to add you to the mastermind group, right? And then go over here to files and get to Vinny's cheat sheet. Nice and easy, right? If you want, you can go to photos and you can click on, get down to that postcard to give an idea of what to do with the postcard. Or you can always click on discussion. And honestly, I really recommend you spend a half hour a week in here, at least, because so many people are sharing what they're doing. And they're saying, this is what I spent, this is what I did, and this is how many leads I got, right? And this is how you're going to learn how to use our stuff, right? There's me, I gave a presentation in Florida last week. So there's so many things about what to do, so many tools and how to use it. Here's somebody saying, hey, how do I connect it to my CRM? Here's somebody saying, I ran an ad and I embedded it with video. This is what it looks like. Just so many great things you can do with our system. And people are sharing in our group. It's one of the best groups I've seen. Let's see. Good source for copyright-free photos and emails that don't work with L2L. No, the L2L signature block, I've not seen that it doesn't work with any. You may have to adjust the HTML if it's too wide. That's the one question. Sometimes email platforms have they're just a skinnier format, and you got to kind of change that. Frank is asking a kind of a detailed question, which is lifetime or daily budget. That's advanced. That's about Facebook advertising. The question every time for all of you is lifetime. Always have it on lifetime, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to be paying Facebook for the rest of your life. What it means in the short answer is that Facebook will place the ad at the best opportune time for you when most people are there, all right? Again, if you click on files and you click on Vinny's cheat sheet and you go down to the tutorial that talks about Facebook seller lead gen, I answered that question and many other questions about Facebook right there. So I definitely recommend, unless you're like super advanced on Facebook, and there are some of our clients that are, you should watch this video because there are a lot of things that people don't know about Facebook advertising, and we talk about it. Last thing, as I mentioned, if you go into our listings page and you see at the top of the listings page, there's this funky little calendar thing there. You should be on our Facebook call at least once a month. I can tell you this, Facebook changes their website in the back end regarding advertising at least once a week. And you need to know what's happening regarding that. You also need to know what works on Facebook. And as I just mentioned from our mastermind group, our clients are always sharing what's working. They're writing down the actual ad, okay? So I'm gonna give you one more tip. I'm gonna ask you to put in your questions now because after this tip, I am going to go away. I'm gonna turn this off, okay? So if you got questions, now is the time to load up. Go to listings to leads, and before you log in, scroll down. This is our blog, and we put some of the best things from our mastermind group here. So as I said, you can sort of spend 30 minutes going in there, and Scott spends a lot of time in the mastermind group, and he puts the best ideas in here. So if you don't have time to get in there and scan, you can actually see here a lot of things that we think stand out. And one thing I want to point out to you is the fourth blog post, and this is what we're end of March. It says 31 seller leads in 2 days. This has some important stuff here. And I'm going to point it out, and then I'm going to move along. A reminder, put your questions up. You got to come here and read this page. This is what I want you to understand. He put these ads on his community page. If you don't know what a community page is, find out. This is the language that he generated 31 leads in 2 days. If you can't read it, come here and look at it. I'll read it to you right now. 360 homes sold in Frisco in June. Highest sold price was $965,000. Now see what your home is worth free. That is the language to have a successful ad. There are many examples of successful language for ads for Facebook in our mastermind group. That's one of them. So if you're going to run an ad, I tell you, come here and do this. There's also a really cool tool. If any of you are sitting on a bunch of leads that you've been collecting for years in real estate, and you want something that's valuable to help you get those people to interact with you, guess what? We have that available for you at the click of a button. It's right here. And it's inside when you click edit on a landing page. Let's go do that together. Go on a landing page and go on Property Valuation Plus. And remember, I have my little Northern Liberties page that we just created together, right? And it looks really cool because it's got my little restaurant row there. If I click edit landing page, which is where I change the background picture, I can scroll down and there's this section that you absolutely will not know what it means. It says all this: seller, lead gen, email, newsletter, database, letters, news. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Here's what it means. Click the view mail. It's a green button. And this is the letter that you can copy and paste. If you want to copy it, you can copy the HTML, or you can send the email to yourself and just forward it on. But this message, you can control, put a couple lines of recent stats, get your home value here. What does that do? That actually opens up my Northern Liberties home worth ad right there in the email. So, I could have done that for Philly. I could have done that for so many areas. Everything we're doing is about lead generation, people. Take your time, learn what we're doing. It will help you. How do you get an email for an expired? Probably from your MLS. The landing page that you'll want is inside of the landing page section. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button there. There's a tool for expireds. And let's see. So the landing page is for Napa, for Phoenix. It's all right here. You would set that up for your own area. I don't know if we have a letter for them. Background image. There is print flyers for expireds, but we don't have like an email for that. But we do have a custom URL, so you can actually get that and put that link and sort of email. But you'd get the email for the expired probably from one of your own resources. So everybody, thank you for your questions. Thank you for joining me today. I am going to put this tutorial on YouTube and then put it on my mastermind group. Thanks so much for your questions, and thanks for joining us. Continue to learn with us. If there's something important in real estate advertising that's generating leads, we are going to have it. So stay with us, and we'll continue to help your business grow. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Oh, there we go.